Hey, BookTube Sean here. Today I want to do a TBR video for the Classic Movie Reading Challenge. This is run by Raquel Stecher. I hope I said your last name right. I apologize if I did not. From the Out of the Past blog and YouTube channel. I will link both below, and you should definitely give her a follow. She just puts out great classic movie. She puts out great movie content in general. I think she's got another blog that I don't. She'll post the blog post on Twitter, like Quell Movies, I think it's called. I'll see if I can find it and link it below, where she does more recent release, talks about more recent releases, but her Out of the Past blog really covers classic movies, and that's where her major knowledge base is, and she's just her stuff is just fantastic. So if you enjoy classic movies, definitely give her a follow on both her blog and her YouTube channel. But every year she runs a reading challenge called the Classic Movie Reading Challenge. Runs throughout the summer, from June to September 15th. Last year I learned about it, which was probably a good thing that I learned about it so late, but I learned about it too late to sign up for it. Which, like I said, was good because I wasn't really reading much last year, and I really wasn't producing content greatly last year. So, yeah, it's probably good I learned about it too late, because I would have signed up for it and I would have failed. And, so today I want to talk about, so this year I got signed up for it. The sign up actually runs through July 15th, I want to say. So I will put so if you're interested in it, I will put the link to the sign up page in the description box below too. But what it is from June 1st to September 15th, reading books about classic movies and classic movie stars, and reviewing them on wherever you review books at. For most of us, it would probably be here on YouTube. Some of you who watch my channel may not be YouTubers, and you may have a blog or review books on Goodreads even. So wherever you review books at, read and review the books, and then submit, let her know that you have got your review out there, and then she promotes your review on her blog. And then the goal is to read 6 classic movie books in the time frame, and then you're entered into if you complete 6, then you're entered into a giveaway. I'm not going to get 6 read. It'd be a miracle if I get 6 read. But I have this classic movie book collection. In fact, you can kind of see it over there. I'll tilt down a little bit. This shelf and this shelf right here, it's all classic movie books. And classic movie star, I collect them. Classic movie star biographies, I collect them. I have more out there somewhere. But let me get this a little more centered. So yeah, you can see kind of right there, Kate. That's a Katharine Hepburn biography. Next to that is the one leaning there is one called Audrey Style. Next to that is Henry Fonda, then Chaplin. I collect these things, but I don't read them. I need to read them. So I signed up, and my goal hopefully is to read one a month for June, July, and August, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, get another one in that 15 days of September. So my main goal is 3. My stretch goal is 4. 5 or 6 would just be icing on the cake. So I'm going to go through my TBR for that. I have 5 that I definitely want to get to. So I don't know that all 5 will happen. And then I have a pile of possibilities for any further beyond this. So my first one is one I actually started reading. Here's my bookmark from reading it before. I got over halfway through, and then I just slogged out on the biography. But this is Stan and Ollie, The Roots of Comedy, The Double Life of Laurel and Hardy. So this covers both of them before they met, and then when they were teamed up together, then through there. Like, for instance, Stan Laurel was Chaplin's understudy on vaudeville. Something I didn't know about till I read this, till I started reading this. So where I read through, I got through both of their. I apologize if you hear that. I think neighbor is working on something. Anyway, so I'd gotten through both of their solo life before, and I kind of stalled out on reading it shortly after they were teamed up together in the Hal Roach years. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and start this over, and because I don't remember a lot from this part, but yeah. So I would like to get to this because I'm a huge Laurel and Hardy fan. To me it doesn't get better than them. Stan Laurel himself was such a huge influence on my comedic tastes and sensibilities. When I'm on stage, I try to fit one of his mannerisms in somewhere. I always try to pay homage to him in some way, even at the curtain call, even if that's all I get in is kind of the way he bowed. Stan Laurel was such an influence on me that I always try to pay homage to him whenever I'm in a play. So my other books are Hitchcock and the Censors by John Bilheimer, and this is about Hitchcock's complicated relationship with the Hays Code censors, which is a subject of great interest to me. So I'm excited to read that. So once I signed up, that was actually the first one I knew I wanted to read for this challenge. Then I got kind of a thinner one. Had to get some thin ones in here just to make it doable. It couldn't all be big, thick biographies. The Making of the African Queen: How I Went to Africa with Bogart, Bacall, and Houston and Almost Lost My Mind by Katharine Hepburn. African Queen is a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Katharine Hepburn, Humphrey Bogart. It's the only film Humphrey Bogart ever won the Best Actor Oscar for. And so this is kind of her memoir about her time filming that movie. I have one called Silent Stars by Janine Bassinger, and this covers various stars of the silent era. Yeah, in fact, I'll just read this is just a little paragraph. Film scholar Janine Bassinger offers a revelatory, perceptive, and highly readable look at the greatest silent film stars. Not those few who are fully appreciated and understood, like Chaplin, Keaton, Gish, and Garbo, but those who have been misrepresented, unfairly dismissed, or forgotten. Yeah, so that's really interesting. I have flipped through it, and I'm excited to read it. And then I have one that I just got, a nice little thin volume. Again, I just got it in. I didn't include this in my book haul portion of the video I just filmed. That's all right. Most of those. So here it is. If you saw my weekend in books on Friday, and I also got this one, the Slapstick Camera. It was just in the wrong pile. So I just got this one in, Slapstick Camera, Hollywood and the Comedy of Self-Reference by Burt Halsbeck. And this is about slapstick film comedy, and which is some of my favorite stuff. I mean, it's Laurel and Hardy, that's Buster Keaton, that's Charlie Chaplin, that's Harold Lloyd, you know. It's the Marx Brothers. I am really interested in reading this. And again, it's a nice thin one, so that'll help me hopefully get to my stretch goal. And then if I get through these 5, I have a pile of possibilities that I just want to share, and maybe if you're considering this, options that maybe you could think about too. So I have The Phantom Lady Hollywood producer Joan Harrison, the forgotten woman behind Hitchcock. And this is... in 1933, Joan Harrison was a 26-year-old former salesgirl with a dream of escaping both her stodgy London suburb and the dreadful prospect of settling down with one of the local boys. A few short years later, she was Alfred Hitchcock's confidant and one of the Oscar-nominated screenwriters of his first American film, Rebecca. Harrison had quickly grown from being the worst secretary Hitchcock ever had to one of his closest collaborators, critically shaping his brand as the master of suspense. And that just sounds interesting. Really interesting. I've actually heard really great things about this book. So that's a possibility. I didn't throw that in the main TBR because I didn't want to do 2 Hitchcocks in the possibly only 3 or 4 books I might actually get read. Then I have 2 biographies of Audrey Hepburn that I haven't read. If you don't know, Audrey Hepburn is my favorite. I love Audrey Hepburn. And so I have the biography written by Barry Paris of her, and then I also have more recent than this one written by Donald Spoto too. So I might read one of those. I have a Barbara Stanwick biography by Axel Madsen that I've been wanting to get to for a long time. I've been kind of in a Barbara Stanwyck mindset in classic movies. I just taped some stuff off of TCM, and I'm a Stanwyck fan, and I would like to get to that at some point. And then I also have this one from Turner Classic Movies Press, Forbidden Hollywood, the pre-code era, 1930 to 1934, when sin ruled the movies. And this is about the period of time when the Hays Production Code was instituted but not being enforced. So it's an era. It's an area of movies, if you're unaware, that's referred to as pre-code. It's pre-Hays Production Code. And during that time, the code existed, but it wasn't being enforced. So you were able to get away with more. Bad guys. You could do darker, grittier movies. The women were a bit more scantily dressed, and just stuff that the censors really started nailing down and pushing towards what we know as the kind of classic American values of decency started being enforced, and it's when Hollywood really started shaping the ideal American value system. So I'm really interested in the pre-code era, and I'd like to get to that too. But anyway, these are my main 5 books that I'm going to be focusing on. I'll probably only get to 3, maybe 4 of them. So we'll see. But that's it. That is my TBR for the Classic Movie Reading Challenge. I hope you follow along with me on this. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you want to stick around. If you do, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, bell icon. You know the drill. I'll talk to you in the next one.